What even is today, man? It's a holiday. Every day I wake up, I'm thinking, dang, it's Sunday. It's gotta be Sunday. Every day's like Sunday. Sorry, that was real bad, but that's how I feel on vacation. Let's see what's going on here with this team. Let's see what's going on here with this team. Okay, so my last pick was Freddy Fermin. I don't know if his name is first word name is Frederick. Should get his name right. It says Freddy right here. I'm gonna call him Freddy. This is the last round. Let's get this in. Do some calculation. Carson. I've just barely heard of this guy. Carson. I might not even have him in my thing. Carson Begnay. Carson. I do got him. Bengay. Calvin Belcher. Man, what if Calvin Belcher has 30 saves this year? I don't think people would be very surprised. People would be like, I didn't go for that, but I could have seen that. He was dancing with it last year a little bit. Who took that? It's Team Vouchers, Team 6. That's probably a pretty good pick there. That's one of the ones. If I had gone a 23rd round RP, if you're going 23rd round RP, then Calvin Belcher's on your radar. Without a doubt, Tyler Mahle. Now this could be a good pick. I'm not sure. People liked him. He has had a good, any of these guys who've had a good 5 or 6 games in a row. Starting pitchers, 5 or 6 good starts in a row. I believe Mahle had a good stretch. Trevor Larnach, here's a player I was considering if I would have felt like I had to take C in front on 24th round, I would have probably had to come back to Trevor Larnach there instead of Chase Delauter, but I like Chase Delauter better. Chase Meadroth. Those are the things I think count, is like getting your last picks right in this format. I think it really does count. Would you rather have Chase Delauter and Freddy Fermin or Trevor Larnach, and who did that person get? And Seth Lugo. I'm pretty sure you'd rather have not spent any money on your second catcher, have a better first pitcher, have Trevor Larnach, who plays with a glove and is going to get at bats. Cleveland's not a bad team, and Freddy Fermin. Instead of, who did I say? Trevor Larnach and Seth Lugo. Oh, they could pop off, though. That might not be bad drafting. I'm just going a different way. None of this is bad drafting. I'm just going a different way, bro. These are all very good players. They all have advanced techniques and sheets. So there's no way I can say they've made a wrong move, because this is a long game and there are no in-season changes in the Gladiator. All right, so after those last picks, this is what the draft board looks like. Who was that person I said? Team 12 took Larnach, Lugo, Seymour. They finished deep on catcher. Ooh, that's a strategy. Look at this. Very rarely see this. 2 late catchers. They got value for those late catchers. If that was your strategy, to get late catcher value, Team 15, 14, 13, 12. Team 12, you executed. Team 12, nice job on that. That stands out to me. Part of a little draft review. That stands out. This guy tried to finish on SPs right here. Here's a technique. I've seen this before. This is a very good drafter. This is something I've considered, finishing on SPs. This is what I thought Team 2 was going to do, but he finished on RPs. This person finished on SPs. They finished on SPs. They finished on RPs. They finished on combo. Very interesting. I would say that this 2-catcher, Team 12 late, does stand out. Here's another one of those, Ohapi and Jeffers. Oh man, that's a nice combo for, he must have some power. What team is that? That's 11, 12, 9, Team 9, Team 9. Team 9 must have some absolute pop to it. Team 9 has no pop. Interesting. Anyway, let's look at the standings. So this is what my team is at the end. Puts me in third. Puts all my rankings right around each other. My degraded is, I'm 3 across the board. So that is a solid team. And here's why I expect to gain some ground ratios. And not doing bad, and not doing bad, and not doing bad. Who is in front of me here on this league? We have a bunch of different things in play here. So if you want to go by total, it's team 3, team 2, and then myself. So here are your standings after all is said and done. So total standings. Team number 4, hitters 4th, pitchers 3rd, overall 3rd. Team, they have the best pitchers. Team 3. Why does team 3 have? How can you have better pitchers? So if you want to look at other teams, you can go to that side, or you can just hit team 3. Oh, team 3 will fill in here. Who's his art? See, he invested heavily in pitcher 2. See, I think he's investing. Look, he's here. Here's his pitcher value. This is a smart drafter. Pick him up. Listen to me. This is a really smart player. Who is this? I won't say his name. Their name out loud. Let me see, just for my own edification. Ooh, this person was active in the chat, so that means they're like, your name is going into my notes, team 3, because you drafted a nice team here with this mid pitching value. This is where I believe to be the best. He decided not to go catcher here. He knew he needed a second baseman. They knew they needed a second baseman, so they went pitcher there. Here's that. Ooh, look at these Canarys. I like this team. Team 3, I like what you're doing. The team I kind of like the most, though, is team 2. I would just appreciate that team 2 was willing to walk out on this ledge, and that they were able to get back some type of ERA value with those late arms. I don't know how they got that ERA value back. Man, maybe not in a lot of innings. Let's see. Starters total. They got 1,100 innings. Well, you got 1,100 innings and 1,200 strikeouts. That is a great draft from Team 2. That Mackenzie Gore really helped him out. There's players in this range that I should be smart to wait on. Myself, I went a little, I believe, critique of myself is that I went a little too early here on Suarez. And I could have gone Mackenzie Gore, or there's another player, Joe Musgrove, up in this zone here. And that's probably why that team is slightly better than me. I'll tell you straight up, that is why he's better than me. Because where I bought Ranger Suarez, they bought Taylor Ward. Damn, and that was the player I was going to buy there too. He got Taylor Ward, Gabby Moreno, and so he's in the pocket behind me. He got Taylor Ward, Gabby Moreno, and I got Suarez and Aranda. Man, I'm better off with Taylor Ward. I'm better off with Taylor Ward and Aranda there, and back in here eating like a Musgrove. Where did Musgrove go? Yeah, that's a little learning lesson there. I'll tell you what, I do like Ranger Suarez way more than Joe Musgrove or Mackenzie Gore, though. But Joe Musgrove is serviceable, very serviceable, and he went in the 18th round. Man, so there you go. There's those guys who come in behind the Ranger Suarez. Who are the guys behind Ranger Suarez you would have actually liked to roll with? Okay, Mackenzie Gore, Joe Musgrove. Take a little cheaper Shane McClanahan. I'll take a cheap Shane McClanahan. I'll take on maybe a Shane Boz, but that's about it. And then after that, you want to be done. You don't want to be in any of these SPs. I don't want any of this. This Male's probably a good pick, though. Can't even lie. I might want a little of that. This Voucher's not bad. This Vesia. I was wondering what you were going to do here, Team 2. You had to finish on 3 pitchers. I want to be noted, this is the only guy who let themselves finish on 3 pitchers. That's on purpose. What is your spending hitters versus pitchers? Let's see. Hitters versus pitchers. Extreme hitter buys. See, extreme hitter value. Because those last 3 pitchers. If David Peterson gets anywhere close to this line I have for him in the 22nd round, you have found gold, my friend. 150 strikeouts and 11 wins. with a less than 4 ERA. I mean, this whip is nasty. But if everything works right for him, that's got to be lower. Anyway, could pick this team apart all day. I think my brain has enough information from doing this draft to move forward. I will say I really did pick up on what Team 2 was doing there. And I will say there's a lot of very sharp players in this draft. Everybody in this draft I think the guys in this draft, the person who said basically draft with intention. I don't know if he said it like that. That's what I heard him say. Draft with intention. Have a plan. Do your plan. Come off your plan. You're going to fail. Just do your plan. It's the Gladiator. Just do your plan, man. It's only 23 picks. Do your plan. That player, I believe that person who said that did their plan. Let's see what their plan might have been. Their plan would be Team 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So their plan was all right, so dope. The dude put in, he accidentally clicked Kyber Ruiz in the 21st, and then he put in, and he said, I don't want Kyber Ruiz, I want Connor Griffith, because those things happen. And you click your wrong button, so he got Connor Griffith, which is actually a really better pick. And then the curious thing about this draft is that Patrick Bailey did not go. So that is, people aren't valuing those Patrick Bailey plate appearances, I guess. I guess they're valuing maybe the Dalton Rushing outfield appearances over the Patrick Bailey. Well, that's what's happening. Dalton Rushing maybe being in the outfield is getting value over Patrick Bailey. Playing a lot of, because he's got a good glove. I was curious there. Anyway, what was I talking about? Team number 8. 6, 8. He finished on Ruiz, Vodnik. That's a guy. He had something where he had like the best 60 innings to finish the year, 1 year. Nothing wrong with Vodnik, man. He's the kind of guy who could pop off, and who knows? A name like that nobody likes, that people poo-poo. Oh, he's on the Cardinals. Oh, he's got a literature first name. Like, it don't sound like a baseball player. They sound more like a hockey player, right? That kind of guy, that's the kind of guy who could pop off and get you 50 saves 1 year for a 22nd round pick. This guy knows that, and he only went. Oh, he's out on saves too. Beautiful. You picked up on it, Team 8. Team 8 picked up on it too. He's only got 2 RPs, and he didn't spend on him at all. He went Durant and Vodnik. That could be the most RPs, the most saves in the league at the end of the year for the small investment with Vodnik at the end. Thank you, Schwallenberg. He got my Yuri Perez. I for sure was trying to get to Yuri Perez instead of Nick Pivetta. Would have loved some Yuri Perez. Chandler. Okay, this makes me think maybe my Chandler picks aren't bad if he's taking Chandler. And he took McClanahan too. It makes me think I'm not stupid. Respect this dude. This person. Anyway, could review this draft forever, but I'm just going to let it play now. That's the Gladiator. You just let this thing play. Here are my final stat lines for this team. So, there it is, the triple death. So triple death includes the B&B targets, Bubba and the Blooms targets. These are my money targets. These are my totals, and these are the differences. So, according to B&B, my team is not bad. According to myself, my team is not bad either. All right. Let's go. Gonna draft another Gladiator. Next one I'm gonna draft is gonna be a live on Friday. I'm in that room. I'm trying to now. This room has taught me get in the room with the good players because they make you better. This room, I'm telling you, Team 2 is the top player in the league, and these people, these are so much good players in this room that they're looking. They poured over. They watched this live. That's why you're in the 2 hour if you're a good player, because you want to do this analysis in between. Anyway, this is a very, very good league. I want to make an overall league rating. Maybe perhaps I'll make an overall league statistical rating and compare my other Gladiators just to see which room is actually strongest. That would be a way to say which room is strongest. But yeah, next Gladiator is going to be on Friday with some, there's nobody in there yet, but it's Friday live, Midnight Gladiator. West Coast. This team is called the TDK Canarys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I guess I'm rooting this team. Makes me want to root for Luis Arias to sign on a good team. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for this 274 pick, this Luis Arias. And let's go ahead and cash that in. If you know how this team could really, really come up, is if Luis Arias had 100 runs and 80 RBIs and still hit 300 with 12 homers and 10 stolen bases. You give him a 10-10 season, 90 runs, 70 RBIs and 300. That's what I need. That's what this team needs. Let's go, Luis Arias. And it also needs Chase Delauter to play 150 games. So that would really help me out. And Kittredge, it needs, listen, all these teams need these last picks to come through. Build solid through here. Build solid through here. Put yourself in a position where you're not desperate for what you're guessing on. I don't feel like these are desperate guesses. That's what you got to do. Anyway, we continue. Next Gladiator, Friday, midnight. I believe that dude who has the football, the fishbowl football thing is in there. So I don't know if I've ever drafted against them. I'm gonna have to go in on the type of team that they draft and perhaps what they're doing this year. Anyway, get money.